Good morning, it's January 7th, and today we're going to look back to yesterday and see what happened with some of the trading ranges of the securities we were talking about. If you remember, we talked about securities that were on highest trading ranges to the upside and the highest trading ranges to the downside on our top 25 tab on Longbow. And today I'm going to look at a few of those energy tickers to see what happened. So I'm going to jump here. If you remember, we had the Brent Oil Fund, the BNO, we had the U.S. Oil Fund, USO, Pure Beta Crude Oil, OIL, and then Cheniere, LNG. We were talking about how it looked like there was asymmetry to the upside for some of these. And we can tell here the white bar is no longer near the green bar or below the green bar for any of these. In fact, it popped up into the range. So if I click on BNO, we can see the trading range here. And if you look historically, even just for a few months, you can tell when it hits the low end of the range, it's moving up. It hits the high end of the range, it's moving down. Low end of the range, it's moving up again. So it pretty well tracks where it's been trading. So again, not fundamental points, these are technical points. And look what happened when we hit the low end of the range, asymmetry to the upside, and that's what it's doing today. So it's no surprise. USO, kind of a similar story here, right? So again, you can see the white line when it's hitting the top and the bottom ends of these ranges. It's moving away from them to where things typically have been trading recently. That's what the trading range show you. And again, you hit the low end here of the trading range and you see a nice pop back up. Again, not surprising. We're going to take a look at oil. Same story, going to hit all the way here and we're back up, not quite to the middle of the range. And LNG, that one, it's an individual name, so you're not going to see so many things move when you're seeing something happening across a whole bunch of stocks. So it's about stock specific, but it did move up, but it's a much, much tighter range. So that's how we use Longbow as well as the top 25 as those individual tickers to number one, see patterns like we talked about yesterday in terms of the dollar, in terms of currencies, in terms of energy. And then when you see a pattern on the top 25, like huge asymmetry to the upside or asymmetry to the downside, pay attention, because if there's names you're looking at or exposures you want to get into or get out of, just like we saw in one day, look at the movement of those ranges and where the stock price did relative to those ranges. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow.